Food isn't just fuel. It's memory. It's identity. It's life. Think about it. Every bite you take carries a story. A journey. A life lived before it became part of you. So what happens when you consume something that once had its own essence, its own soul? Does it become a part of you, or do you consume more than you realize? Every culture has its sacred dishes. Meals that are more than just sustenance, they're rituals, connections to ancestors, even offerings to the divine. Some foods are so revered, they're believed to carry energy, purpose, and meaning. In some traditions, eating isn't just about survival, it's a spiritual act, a communion with the soul of the food itself. Think of the farmers who raised the animals or grew the crops. The hands that prepared it, the land that nurtured it. Every plate is the result of countless stories intersecting, woven together. But in our modern world, we've stripped away all of that. Food has become lifeless, a commodity, something we grab in a rush, devour without thought, and toss aside without care. What if that's why something feels off? Why we're disconnected, unfulfilled, even when we're full? Some believe that the soul of the food, its essence, its energy, can be honored or destroyed depending on how it's treated. The ancient Hawaiians had a term, mana. It refers to the spiritual power in all things. When they ate, it wasn't just for survival, it was to absorb the mana of the land, the ocean, the creatures they shared the earth with. Now think of factory farms, processed junk, the way food is stripped of its origins and soul. What kind of energy are we taking in? What happens when we eat something raised in suffering, harvested without care, forgotten before it's even digested? There's a reason people say they feel alive when they eat something fresh, local, or prepared with love. It's not just nutrients, it's something deeper. Something primal. The soul of the food carries into you, shapes you, transforms you. But what about the foods we fear? The ones shrouded in taboo, mystery, or even shame. Take blood sausage, for instance. In some cultures, it's a delicacy, rich, revered, and full of life-giving properties. In others, it's seen as repulsive, even sinful. So who's right? If food has a soul, are we embracing it or rejecting its truth? And then there's the ultimate question, what about the act of killing? Every meal requires sacrifice. Whether it's a plant uprooted from the earth or an animal meeting its end, life is taken to give life. How do we reconcile that? Are we honoring the soul of the food, or are we just consuming mindlessly, disconnected from the very thing that sustains us? The more industrialized food becomes, the more we lose sight of what it truly is. It's not just a product. It's not something to swipe your card for and forget. It's history, connection, and life itself. So next time you eat, think about this. What are you really consuming? Is it just calories, or is it a story, a soul, that deserves to be acknowledged? And when you eat it, are you honoring it? Or are you simply taking without giving anything back? Food isn't just what we put in our mouths. It's what shapes us, physically, mentally, spiritually. So, if food has a soul, how are you treating it? And more importantly, what kind of soul are you letting become a part of you?